This is our Whiskey of the Week for the week of September the 16th, 2024. This week, very, very excited about a wonderful, wonderful dram of Meikle Tòire, the Chinquapin One. So Meikle Tòire is a very new expression that's been done by the very wonderful folks at Glen, Allachie, under the masterful hand of Billy Walker, who is a master distiller and has produced some of the finest whiskey that I certainly have ever had the pleasure of drinking from a number of different distilleries, because he used to own other distilleries before. We can do a whole profile thing and talk about him another time, but he's a genius and he's fantastic at what he does. And this is one of the newest projects that Glen Allachie has embarked on, and that is to produce a whole line of peated whiskey. Normally they're well known for their beautiful classically Speyside with sherry cask finishing. They also do a lot of interesting things with wine casks as well, and the producing incredible range of flavors. Highly recommend Glen Allachie. They do great stuff, and this is just the tip of the iceberg here, the latest thing that's come out. This is a special finishing in Chinquapin oak. And Chinquapin is a type of oak species. I formerly used to be a forester, believe it or not, and so yeah, I'm very familiar with this wood because it comes here from the Appalachian and central Midwestern area. Quercus muhlenbergii, I believe, is from my dendrology classes in school. It's got an interesting character for it. Normally it's not a particularly sought after wood. It is in the white oak family, which means it's going to retain and hold moisture in the cells. The cells are going to be plugged up so that the casks won't leak. It does have that characteristic, but it's not particularly well known for that kind of thing. So this is sort of a new experimentation that they and other distilleries are doing with Chinquapin. And Chinquapin oak is typically used for things like fence posts and firewood. Makes really nice firewood, burns really well because it's a very dense wood, and also railroad ties. Railroad ties have been made from Chinquapin as well. So anyway, more than you needed to know about Chinquapin anyway, but I'll get back to the whiskey. So this was originally started off in ex-bourbon barrels and then finished in virgin Chinquapin oak casks as well. So it produces a beautiful, lovely whiskey that is a gorgeous, rich color, golden color. The nose is so good. The peat is phenomenal. It's just right, not too strong, not too weak. It's really hits the sweet spot. I understand that they source the peat from just east of the distillery over in near St. Fergus. So you're getting a nice sweet Highland style of peat. On the nose, it sweetens up. It almost, you get the smell of an entire Texas barbecue, from meat to vegetables all the way to the pecan pie at the end, right in that first whiff. It's got a beautiful, beautiful flavor of barbecued meats and lovely, lovely smoke on the tongue. Oh, it is peaty sweetie and sweetie peaty. It is perfect marriage of sweet flavors, sweet sort of grainy cereal flavors with that lovely campfire smokiness that they're getting out of the peat. So this is a delicious dram for any fans of peat, and even those who may be peat curious. This is a fantastic offering in this new Meikle Tòire series that they have. There are 4 whiskeys that they currently have on the market. There's one called the Original, and that's matured, I want to say, in first fill bourbon and some virgin oak casks, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's fantastic. I already finished that bottle of it, if that tells you anything. That's how good it was. Another one that they make is called the Sherry One. And again, this is an incredible synthesis of sweet, fruity flavors and smoky flavors. It's phenomenal. And then they do the Chinquapin One, as well as one called the Turbo. The Turbo is, I guess, technically twice as peaty as any of the other ones in the line. It comes in at about 70 parts per million peat, whereas these guys are around 35, which is it's just a real nice spot to be. It's still very, forceful. It's right there, but it's not being shy at all. But it's playing nice enough so that it's really working with the peat. With the sweetness of the sherry and the other cask finishes. The Chinquapin, like I said, made by Glen Allachie, and Glen Allachie also has put out a 10-year-old Chinquapin release as well. So this is unpeated. And not necessarily anything to do with this. This one preceded the Meikle Tòire. Meikle Tòire, by the way, in Gaelic means big pursuit, and I think that's what they were going for with the name, saying this is a big pursuit that we're going to put in a really peaty, peaty line in a classic Speyside distillery, which is not typically known for using a lot of peat. So this is all about amazing flavors and what they can do with those wood casks. And I can't think of anyone currently in the business that that even comes close to doing what Billy Walker has done. Maybe Edredauer, they do a lot of really fun, interesting cask stuff. But there's just so many different expressions that they've released under Glen Allachie of different types of wood finish, from Scottish oak to Spanish oak, and a whole variety of things. Because I get that Billy Walker is very interested in wood, and I think that's really cool, because I am too. And I think you do get a lot of flavor out of this. So wonderful whiskey. This is the Meikle Tòire. All of them. I have not had the Turbo yet. I've had all the other ones. They're absolutely stunning. Yeah, I highly recommend it. This is our whiskey of the week here at Love-A-Dram, the Meikle Tòire Chinquapin One. Thanks very much for tuning in, and until next time, Slàinte.